Tampa Bay Bucks. I think the last 3 times it's 47 targets, 31 catches, 320 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Is there just something about that scheme, that defense, the fact they blitz a lot, maybe getting it out of the hand quickly? Why have you had so much production against that team in particular?
I didn't even know that until you said it. I don't know. I just feel like our coaches do a good job of getting a good game plan for us. Their style of defense, they do blitz a lot. They get after the quarterback. I think they do They have a lot of different coverages, so it's hard to know what they're going to be in. We just got to be able to execute the plays that we have. Be ready for unscouted looks, stuff that we're not going to see or that we haven't seen maybe all year or that they've shown on tape. But they're a good group. They play hard. They got good players. So I feel like every time we play the Bucks, it's a good game.
This is not a team that loses consecutive games very often. Can you talk about the mindset, the mentality you guys come with coming off of a loss that make sure it doesn't happen?
Yeah, I think for us, we want to bounce back. You lose one, you drop a game in this league. It happens. It happens to the best teams. But we feel like we got a group of guys that are able to bounce back, and we feel as if we didn't play our best game last Sunday. So this is another week to get back on track, hopefully, and just do what we do: execute, take care of the ball, stay on schedule, finish in the red zone, stuff like that. Stuff that we've kind of been doing for a while here. I'm trying to get back on track, and hopefully we can do that this week.
Dan was asked that question too, and he said it was because of the players that you guys haven't lost back-to-back in almost 3 years. How much you guys tapped back into 2 years ago, 3 years ago about whenever your first 2 years in the league? Do you tap into that at all about remembering those times? Is that
yeah, we remember them. I just feel like we have a different group now, and the guys that have been here, that were here as my rookie year and my second year, the guys that are still here like Jared, Panay, the list goes on, Alex. We know what it was like to lose those games, whatever it was, so many games in a row, and then to end up winning those games. We started doing things differently. We were finishing games, taking care of the football, executing, 2-minute drill. Defense coming up big. When they needed to come up big, special teams. I just feel like we've changed since my first and second year, and we know what it looks like now to win, and we know what it takes to win games. The preparation during the week. It's a lot of stuff. It doesn't just happen on game day. So I feel like we have a group of guys that that know what it takes to win, and the coaches that they obviously they don't want to fall 2 games in a row either, especially Coach Campbell. So we're trying to get back on track.
You've been saying a lot of your teammates kind of coming to the defense of Brian Branch, and obviously it was a tweet that was released that came out. It was a little critical on him. Just your thoughts on you guys use that stuff as motivation at all? Just you guys always kind of embrace the underdog mentality, but seeing stuff like that, were you aware of it, or your thoughts on just kind of how Brian Branch is getting portrayed right now? Yeah,
I thought that video was crazy. I don't know why it was released, the reasoning behind it. As I was watching it, I remember I popped up and I was like, I don't know if it was a trick or mockery. I clicked the NFL page and I didn't know if it was actually them, and it was. So I didn't, like I said, I don't know the reasoning why they posted it, what they got out of that, but Brian Branch is an awesome dude. He's one of the, in the building, he's one of the nicest dudes. He's quiet. He's never, you never see him really get mad. He's always smiling. He made a mistake and he knows it, and he apologized. And I don't know, why it's still getting dragged along, but that video was, I don't think that video was right.
Looking back at the drop on 4th down last Sunday, how easy or difficult is it to just memory dump a moment like that when you go back to the sidelines, or do you let that fuel you for the next opportunity?
I move on pretty quick during the game, just because you have to move on. Stuff happens in a game, and whether it's a good play, bad play, you got to be able to move on to the next play. And so when you're in the flow of a game, you can't let anything. You can never get too high or too low. But after the game, definitely I was definitely pissed off, upset. But I'm not too worried about it, because I feel like I've caught so many balls in my life that I'm gonna catch the next one, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. But I was during the game, just to be able to move on.
All good. You got your buddy Hutch a nice present. A little bit into that.
I told him, USC, Michigan. If USC wins, you gotta wear some USC gear. He said, you gotta wear some Michigan gear. So let's do it. And Michigan gear in every game, so we're all good.
You said you've played on Monday night now a few times. Is there a favorite Monday night football memory that you've been a part of that stands out for you?
Last year against the Seahawks was pretty cool. I think Jared had like a perfect game. I threw a touchdown pass. Had some buddies in town. That was a fun game. Any other Monday nights? I mean, I'm trying to think. Ravens was cool too. This year, I mean, that was one of the most fun games I've ever been a part of while being here in Detroit. So that game was fun.
I think that Seahawks game, you guys were wearing the same uniforms too. If you guys
Yeah,
are
the
all black again.
There you go. We're back in them this week, so we're excited.
Does that, I mean, whenever it is a uniform, but whenever you put those on, does it feel different in a way?
I mean, it looks nice. You know, feel nice, feel good, look nice, play good. So I like switching it up. I feel like we wear a lot of the same uniforms. And I've been wanting black ever since I've gotten here. You know, I've been here, so I remember they added it like 2 years ago, so I was excited. So anytime I put the blacks on, everyone gets really excited.
So how you feeling after, I mean, this last one, I mean, it didn't go you guys' way, but you guys have seemed to always bounce back after a loss over the last few years. What's going into bouncing back so quickly?
We just got to forget what happened and focus on what we got Monday night. We just got to have a short-term memory, just how we do with the wins. Just shake back and bounce back and be ready for Monday.
It's one thing to say you don't like to lose, and Dan said that it's because of the players that this team is able to bounce back. What is it about this group that makes you guys so resilient and want to respond with a win after losing one?
Probably just the hunger and the anxiousness, to go out and play the game of football. I feel like everybody loves the game of football, and it's just the expression of feelings. Everybody go out there and play with, and nobody like losing. You just try not to lose. So the name of the game is to get wins, and coming off a loss, that's morally highly expected. Coming off a loss.
Jeremy, that touchdown that you had, what makes you so comfortable going over the middle and not worrying about, the traffic in there?
I'm just had a mentality, you might get hit. I won't say you're going to get hit every time. You might get hit sometimes. The DB might take the wrong angle, and but it's all a part of football. Most receivers that go across the middle may have an advantage, because some guys might not like going over the middle, but I have no problem going across the middle or nothing like that. I just looked at it as, like another play, a regular route. Just got to make the play and, move the sticks or score.
So many people view you as a deep threat, and I think they want to put you in that box. Do you think it surprises some defenses that you're willing to be able to go over the middle and expand on being a complete receiver in a way?
I don't think it should, because like if people know me, they know like I have a game, not just deep routes. But if that's how they see me, then I can't control that.
How would you describe the rivalry that you guys have had with the Bucs? I mean, you guys have played some epic games over the last few years, but the ones that you guys have played against this team, it seems like there's always a little bit of extra edge, and then they come down to the wire in a way.
I never knew it was a rivalry. I just look at it as like, two good teams, two good staffs going against each other. They got great players over there. We got great players over here. It's all about just, who go out, execute, and make the most plays. It's all, like you said, it's always been coming down to it. I think we played them 3 times maybe since I've been here. I'm not sure. I think we won twice, lost once. But, like you said, it always came down to those type of plays. And when it comes down to that, it just comes down to, like, who wanted more, the details, and, like, who going to go the extra mile to win the game. And I think we got that, in every position. We go hard throughout the week and prepare ourselves the right way so we can be ready to go out there and, put it all on the line on game day.
Morton was talking earlier about, he called it like a blitz fest when you play the Bucs. They send a lot of pressure at Goff. Just from your perspective, like, what does that change from a receiver's perspective when they got a lot of heat?
It don't really change nothing. Just tell the receivers you got to get open. And, if you look at our receiver room, we got guys who can do that every down. So, it's not really something that we, like, overly, press ourselves over. We got a great offensive line, great running back who are awesome and great at blitz pickup. So, if we pick it up, it's on the defense now because we got great playmakers. So now they just got to guard.
As you said, they deleted it. Yeah. Not asking for the quotes, but were teammates talking about this? Did it get passed around?
I didn't really talk to anybody about it. I know it was in the D-line chat, but, like, I had already said what I said about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't – for me, it was just – dumb, ridiculous on their end. But, you know, I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do. So I guess they feel like it's gone now because it's deleted. But we all know the internet doesn't work that way. So it's just what it is. But, yeah, and I don't think many people had conversations about it. I know we all kind of felt like it's kind of crazy, but, you know.
What would you say to people who don't know BB about the person that he is?
Oh, I mean, it's a quote pinned on my Twitter. Say, hey, man, don't let people paint the picture that you see in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to change. I know BB. I know him personally. I know how he is. Like, he's an amazing person, a great human. Like, what TA said was true. He'll give you a shirt off his back. Like, he had a bad moment. We've seen plenty of people have bad moments throughout their life, and he had a bad moment and not the best time. And that's okay, though. Same people who are giving them slander, I'm sure they not perfect, you know, and you ask people to be perfect, but I mean, that's hard, you know, so it's just a tough moment, and he'll learn from it, and he'll be all right. Just scrolling Twitter, honestly, like I was just on Twitter. I get a lot of trolls on Twitter, so I like to troll the trolls sometimes. And then so I was just on Twitter, just hanging out. It's kind of like I look at stocks on Twitter. I do a lot of stuff on Twitter. I mean, it's where I get a lot of my news from. I like to see the unbiased opinions. Well, right now it's a little iffy about unbiased, but you know, I like to see just people's opinions on certain things. So I just see it, and it was on that little like open page on Twitter, and I was just like, for it to be NFL, I thought it was like a joke. I thought it was somebody else releasing it. I seen NFL films with the gold check, and I'm like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. And then I hear Louis Riddick like narrating it, and I'm like, does he not hear himself? Like, he don't. And then like, you know, you see Pat McAfee release, and they say, well, they didn't like, you know, the NFL films was like, oh, well, we didn't necessarily like the way the video came out. Like, well, you got editing, you do all this stuff. I mean, I'm sure all y'all edit y'all stuff before you put it out. You want to put it a certain way out. You did what you wanted, like, you know what I'm saying, and it just didn't get the reaction you wanted, and that's just what it is.
What did you think most offensively? Just like the terminology they were using to describe?
Yeah, I think that was kind of it, like the words and like the way they were using the terminology in there, and I just didn't like. I was like, it just seemed strange if, like I was saying earlier, if you're saying you don't want to glorify something, you don't want something in your game or this, that, and the third, then why release a new video about it and it's narrated and you're literally highlighting plays over and over and over. So you shedding more light on it than the internet was over something that's past. If you're trying to move on, you're moving on. But like, it doesn't seem like that's what y'all was on.
That's what I was curious about. It came from the NFL, not
Yeah.
one of us. Like,
Yeah.
is that had to?
Like, that's why I thought it was strange. And then like, the narration was just crazy to me. Like I said, I couldn't see myself being a former player saying the words that he said, like in a narration. Like, especially when he played the game. Like, these guys get up there like they didn't play before, and we didn't get to watch them play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we watched all these guys who make these rules, who are on the committees of this, and the third play, and we see what y'all did. Like, YouTube's a thing. We can see it. So it's always interesting and funny to me, and I think a lot of people do stuff for clicks now, and it's just what the world's come to today. You know what I'm saying? So it's what it is.
You know, mic'd up or anything like that?
Who, me? I mean, yeah, I don't care. It's not gonna bother me any. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna say what I want, be who I am. Like, I'm at this age in my career, man. Like, I don't think people can paint a certain picture of me. And if they do, like, I know what I do outside of here. Like, you know, what I do in the community, what I do, how many lives I impact. People in comments and things like that really not gonna change what I got going on. Because I mean,
I guess in terms of like doing something like that on the field, you know, wearing a mic, doing a mic that way.
I still would. It's not like I would care, but like it gives me a lot more. It's actually very clearing for me because now I know how to steer clear of certain people. You know, like I don't know that I'll ever have a conversation with Louis Riddick or somebody like that ever again. Like, for what? Like, you're gonna take it and spin it the way you want to. So like, it's just those things. Is just, it kind of gives you more clarity in my mind. You see how people really think and how they really feel about you. I think as a player, like, how can you trust the Shield now? Like, if y'all willing to release this. And this is how you shed light on it. Like, you got to play for your organization. You trust them, the people you work with. But as far as like the Shield, people up there in New York, I can't trust them. I can't have them. Like, I can't believe that they truly gonna have my back or they care about my safety or well-being. Like, they don't. No, people who care about you don't do that.
In this game, I mean, obviously, you know, two of the best teams in the NFC. Potentially, you know, something that could decide the home field advantage throughout. Just importance of this game in your mind.
It's super important, man, especially like coming off a loss. Very important. It's Monday. We at home. I think that's big. It's a really, really good team, though. It's a team that's been good for some years, and they got a good quarterback. I've always had some respect for Baker. I like his chippiness. I like how he gets down. He goes about it. So we just got to go out there, and it's super important. I mean, it's early in the year. I don't think it's going to determine like that much. We all still got to play the rest of the season, but we want to come out there with a dub. So I think it's just we got to go out there and put our best foot forward this week for sure.
It seems like every week his receiving core has changed and his targets have changed. I mean, what does that say about him as a quarterback, and how different does he look this year?
He's just been resilient his whole career, even going back to college, switching programs and then going out there and doing his thing, balling. Number 1 pick, Cleveland got him up out of there, Carolina. You know what I'm saying? He's just done his thing wherever he's went. And that's a testament to him, being able to pick up playbooks, learn new people, and go out there and still be the player that you knew you could be. That means a lot. And so I don't think the receivers change is the part that's going to bother him. He's had to move cities and learn offenses in a week. So he's just out there throwing the ball to who he thinks open. I think that's always is respectable. I think it's pretty ethical the way he gets around it.
Practice today, is the back doing okay?
Yeah. I'm solid. Just old. I'm good, though.
Appreciate, enjoy this sort of string of games. Chiefs last week, Bucks good one this week. I know you got the bye, but Dan was talking about, right, some big NFC games coming up after the bye.
It's huge. It's my first time. Last year's my first time being on this side of the conference, this conference. So it's been cool playing this side a lot more and just getting to see the teams, a lot more familiar with them. But it's good, man. Those games mean something. You're playing for something. Obviously, the other games still mean something. But it's cool. With each win, you get a chance to put somebody further behind you. So I think that's really dope.
Especially going around, and you faced the highest rated double teams in the NFL this season. Have you felt that? Does it feel like that to you? And how much does Aleem coming back maybe help alleviate some of that?
I really hope they stay on me still. I hope he gets as many one-on-ones as possible, and it's good for him in that way. I hope he gets as many one-on-ones. Aleem's a hell of a pass rusher, and he's coming back. So I hope that I get a chance to pull some of those doubles off of him well, and he can go out there, really rush the pass and get after it.
Do you feel like in your career you've ever faced this many double teams this frequently?
It's not just because they think I'm great. There's a lot of things that we do schematically and defensively that kind of put me in that situation, but it's cool.
Did you guys see that clip last night or today? When did you see the video?
I saw it last night. I saw it yesterday. I was pretty pissed about it when I seen it. My tweet probably reflects that, but it's what it is, man. It's strange. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens, and as you get older in this league, you really realize just how much of a business it is. And the only people who are really gonna care about you is your organization, the people you're around. So.
You take it as a slight for the organization too. Maybe this wouldn't happen to.
Maybe. I just don't think it's something that should happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that the lowlights of what players got going on should ever be highlighted. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, you could do that with anybody. You could do that with any player around the league about what's going on. It's always gonna be something that happens. You know what I'm saying? But they don't do that. They try to focus on the positives, which I think you should if you represent a business and an organization or a whole thing, a conglomerate. And I don't think that you should be shining light on negative things as often as they do.
Did you have a relationship with Lewis at all before this?
No.
Okay. Yeah, and you're definitely not going to have one.
No. Yeah, I can't trust that guy. What am I gonna say to him? You know what I'm saying? I can't trust him. That shit sailed, and I'm sure he probably don't want to have one with me. So we square business. We good.
Is it bulletin board material? You know what I mean? You can use bulletin board material from other teams. It just okay.
It's not like any other team had anything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? The problems that players have with each other are usually handled on the field, and it still was handled that night. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that it's one of those things. It's just unfortunate.
I know you said Sunday you wanted to get a chance to talk to Brian. Once the attention on him kind of subsided, I don't know if you've already been asked this, but did you get a chance this week?
I got to see him earlier this week. Hadn't really got a chance to share words. I think when he comes back, it'll be a little bit different. It's hard right now. I'll probably reach out to him this weekend at some time because, games coming up and this and third. But, it's hard right now. You can't be in a building. It's tough. And you get into – it's a different place to be in. I haven't been spending the league, but I've been sad to spend time away from the team in college, and it was rough. It's rough not being able to come be around your brothers every week, do what you do, and you already feel like you're letting them down. You're gonna miss a game. They take it a step further and say you can't come in, you can't be around the facility, you can't do this. crazy. It's wild to me. But like it's if I'm already sitting out, why can't I be around? Like it's my job. Like, but that's just one of those things, and he'll be better for it. BB, he's gonna grow up, he'll mature, and he's a grown man who made a mistake, man.